What's up, guys? It's your boy ChasmRift here, and today we get the Press Start Podcast, week number 6, I believe, with your boy Big A.
What up, everybody?
Hey, you want to hit him with that question today, real quick?
Oh, yeah, the staple of this podcast. All right, today's question of the day is, are you guys ready to catch these hands?
Oh man, I don't think they're ready for it, but they're gonna find out later on in this video if they don't get the reference.
Post in the comments below.
All right, let's start this off. First things first, with one of our favorite developers. Whether you know him or you don't, but this guy's done a lot for the community. Is Hideo Kojima. An article by GameSpot said that some of his favorite games are coming to the Switch. You want to lead us off in a discussion about these two new interesting titles coming out soon?
Yeah, definitely. The two games that are being ported over to the Switch are Framed and Framed 2. Some really interesting titles. It says it's a puzzle game where you rearrange panels of an animated comic to change the events of a heist, and hopefully you do the right thing and the heist goes successfully. So yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Definitely understand why developers would like this game, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe not something I'd pick up.
yeah, we never really played the Frame series before, so please don't roast us in the comment section for not knowing everything about it. If this is your favorite game, but I think it's interesting that like a lot of games are going to be focusing on the Joy Cons of the Switch. Like when they first revealed the Switch, that was a big point of it, where you could take off the Joy Cons, pass to a friend, and bam, y'all could play. I think a puzzle game where you gotta use the Joy Cons to kind of navigate your way through it is a really, really cool like idea, especially if you can use the touchscreen on the Switch.
And that makes it very, very fun and useful for the people that are playing that game. Like it's super unique to see those kind of controls being implemented for a game that already sounds cool.
Yeah, remember the Captain Toad video trailer we saw when the Nintendo Direct? We'll talk about the Direct later on, people. But like, you remember the trailer they showed with like the co-op in there?
Oh yeah, how they use the Joy-Cons?
Yeah, this is what this game feels like to me, where like you can use your Joy-Con for one character to navigate through, and maybe potentially another character could use the other Joy-Con to just help out with the navigation process instead of just full on, both guys are trying to get to the same objective.
Yeah, man, that really is gonna be interesting. Personally, I think it sounds cool. My hands are big as fuck, so probably not for me. But yeah,
Yeah, I think
that definitely sounds interesting, man.
yeah, I think anything involving the Switch Joy Cons is going to be a problem for both of us.
Unfortunately, yeah, I'm gonna have to save some of my own money and buy the controller. But still, I'm
Yeah, it's
getting
going
the
to cost
Switch.
us.
I'm getting it for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. After what's happened today and what's potentially going to happen within the rest of the year or 2019, we're kind of forced to get the Switch.
Yeah, summertime it's gonna be cheaper though, so that's what I'm
Well,
waiting for.
hopefully it's going to be cheaper for us. We probably got to buy them now before everyone and their mom buys a Switch. But speaking of
All right.
yeah, speaking of Switch news, the Nintendo Point System, something that we have talked about in our week 2 of our podcast, is finally coming into fruition. I'll tag in for this article. Basically, what's going to be happening is that like any gold points that you guys racked up from purchasing games, registering them into your Switch and online downloads, the point is that you get there. It's not just going to go to waste. You can actually start redeeming them for in-game items such as games and discounts for games. It's going to be really interesting what's going to be happening because any games from the Wii U and 3DS family could also be ported over based on what the article says. And based on the deals, it looks like you could get $3 off of a $60 purchase. Do you think that's a good deal, Big A?
I'll take it, man. We have all this other crap going on
Yeah,
with in-app purchases. Even if it's only $3, I'll take it.
yeah, I would too. It's interesting though how you got to rack up the coinage though because it costs 300 gold points to buy. To get the $3 off for the game. That means that if you wanted to get a full-fledged like game for free, it'll cost you about 12,000 points. And I don't have the exact numbers right in front of me, but that is about 1,000 plus games you gotta buy just to, well, at least 100 plus games you gotta buy just to get to that amount. I think you get 3 coins per purchase. I could be completely wrong. Does that deal still sound sweet to you now after hearing that?
Uh, Sounds a bit less sweet, but hopefully they do. I don't know, like a coin per dollar spent, or something along those lines, or a coin per $5 spent, because that seems a little crazy to me right there.
Yeah, it does. Oh, here it is. It says you have to spend $1,200 to $6,000 worth of games. I mean, money towards games just to get the free game out of this program. Uh,
Yeah, you know what? Unless unless you somehow bought a million games on your previous devices, this is not really gonna get anybody a free game.
yeah, I'm not trying to count anybody's pockets, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way. But if you could pay $1,200 worth of games, you probably don't need that $60 off deal, man. Like your pocket's probably sitting pretty.
It's like, oh shit, I get my 1200 and first game for free. Get
Oh God.
the fuck out of here. I mean, you know what, man? I definitely see myself buying a whole bunch of games. Definitely not fucking 1,000 games. Uh, but yeah, I see myself getting like $10 off.
Yeah,
And that
like
that's just a good deal.
yeah, like spending what 200, spending $60 on 200 games equals 1,200. I probably played over 200 games in my lifetime. Well, not really. Now that I think about it, but I understand where they're coming from. They're not trying to be a company where, oh, you buy 3 of our products, you get yourself a free sub, or you use this card right here, you punch it out 10 times, and you can get yourself a free sub. I think you know that reference, Big A. You know it. Shout out to Carms back in Chicago. I think you're so fed up with me. I think we can move on to the next topic at hand. And it's your favorite topic. Your favorite developer is coming out with Battlefield 2. You want to lead
All
us
right,
off?
guys, this is the point of the video where you have to pay $50 to continue. So
Yep.
go ahead and do that. Do 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 do.
Oh God.
Copyright, right.
God. Now I'm fed up with you.
Exactly. That's what you get. All right. So Battlefield, man. They say they took into serious consideration all the complaints with the microtransactions. My ass.
I agree.
They have fucking loot crates just for cosmetics.
They do not know how to. EA did never learn. We talked about this.
This is EA right here. Get soccer ball for $20.
Boy, I remember in week 4 of the podcast we were talking about this. How EA is gonna be bringing back microtransactions into Battlefield. I mean, into Star Wars Battlefront. And the thing is, that was the most downvoted thing in Reddit history. It takes a lot to be hated by the entire Reddit community. Like,
Yeah, even despite their history, bro, like to get that many people mad at you, bro, like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, it's oh God. Reddit was almost considered like a credible source for just news in general. But you know, trolls ruin everything. But Reddit is borderline like credible in the amount of community feedback, and the whole community said, "F you, EA, this is not right." Um, but I love how one statement came out that says no one's gonna do any pay to win stuff anymore. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that sentence.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and actually find it. Yeah, no one's gonna do any pay to win stuff anymore. One person close to the next Battlefield told me recently. We didn't take any of the loot box controversy lightly, and that's the part I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
It is.
You know, like, and then later they say we're not gonna remember. You know, do you really want this game to be remembered for its fucking microtransactions? Like, what the hell?
Bruh, like, I don't think they.
Like,
I don't know if they're gonna actually like put in like pay to win cosmetics because I don't remember Battlefield 1 having that issue. But I can't see them putting in there like, oh, you open up this crate, you get a gun that is exclusive to the crates itself, which technically would be pay to win.
or like, you know, or something along those lines would be like, this crate guarantees like a legendary gun, or you know something.
Yeah,
like
and then
that.
the crate costs like $10.
Right, or like fucking 30. I can see that happening.
Oh God, if you pay $30 for a crate, you deserve to be cucked.
Right. No, that's fucking horrible. And then, man, what else was I gonna say? Anyways, go ahead. I'll remember.
Oh yeah, let's take your time to remember. Like one of our favorite incomplete games in the world. This game's gonna be taking place in World War II, just like COD World War II. The World War II setting is very interesting for gameplay. we do have automatics and we do have interesting weapon mechanics that's not seen in modern warfare. Man, all these first person shooter references, but I think it's gonna be interesting how EA is gonna handle this because this does affect everybody with like the whole government officials meeting with developers about the whole microtransaction controversy. Developers coming out about like violent video games make violent kids who somehow take a that's a big leap from playing a game of COD to now someone wants to shoot up their school. Like there's so much going on.
Anyways,
And,
anyways, I remember what I was gonna say. Whatever the name of the government institution that handles ads and all that, they should have a specific label for EA games.
Oh, you mean
Like,
ESRB?
yeah, exactly. The ESRB should make a label for EA games that says ripoff.
Wow.
Just
That was such a random cutoff for me. I was just
yeah,
gonna,
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say like, well, we all know what's going on in the controversy. Government meeting with people about violent video games. The whole like government wants to meet with us about loot boxes and loot microtransactions, and then there is finally just this whole discussion debate going on about like violent games and kids, regulation, the government. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's coming on, and I think video games are being scapegoated.
Yeah, and to actually connect to your point this time, yeah, man, that's bogus. Like, I think a statistic that I saw in the news, again, this might be fake, only 20% of school shooters actually play these types of video games.
Yeah.
And second of all, I'm sure that there were mentally ill people throughout history before video games even existed that went and committed acts of violence.
It has happened in the past.
You
like,
know?
It's always been a thing where like the whole like video game addiction, it's like people are trying to label that as like a disease. The thing is, the games themselves aren't the disease. It's the people. That's the fact that people have a gambling addiction of any kind. Because someone has a gambling addiction at Vegas and the casinos versus someone having a gambling addiction of playing Call of Duty for 10 hours a day, you can swap both of them interchangeably. If you gave the Vegas player like the game of COD, and you gave the giving a COD guy a slot machine to play with, you'll see that they're both going to be easily addicted to either one of them, because the addictive nature is the real disease, not the substance at hand. If you get what I mean.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that, and it's even more connected to the people that are addicted to casinos. If people be constantly using their parents' fucking credit cards and buying a million shits on there,
Yeah, I think people just realize that, like, I don't know, I think people just want to have a scapegoat for some things instead of just addressing the real issues in the world. I think I told you about this when we were playing World War II in the past, back on our favorite map of the world, Aiken. I'm joking.
Fuck winter maps.
No, that's not the winter map. Aiken is the map that has the Iron Cross in the backfield. It's like it has the library on one
I
side.
got you.
Yeah. I remember I told you about this article where, in the statistic, where 2,000 gamers were interviewed by Microsoft, and they said that the average gamer is like a 35-year-old. Yeah, the average age is 33 years old, with the largest percentage being between 25 to 34, and the second largest being 35 to 44 in terms of age of gamers. So to say that like these school shooters who are teenagers to young adults and linking them to video games is such a skewed mentality, because the average gamer isn't even a 14-year-old kid running to school with an AR-15.
Right, and at the same time, if they were to try to make like a connection with the Nevada shooter, like that dude probably didn't fucking play no video games.
No, he didn't. He just had a ton of weapons.
Exactly, like that dude was just playing out, something wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does say that like 49% of gamers are called explorers, and that means that they play the annual diet of games. And by diet of games, I mean games that come out every year. So these people play Madden, Call of Duty, and Assassin's Creed, and 49% of them play 15 games per year on average. So to say that little Timmy over here went into a school and shot it up, and you're linking it to video games, odds are he didn't play just first-person shooters. If anything, he probably played a little bit of Madden, probably played some Assassin's Creed, probably dabbled a little bit in Minecraft. Like, you just can't say, oh yeah, little Timmy played Call of Duty and he got to kill half an army, now he think he killed half a school.
Yeah, it's not like little Timmy went in the fucking school with a diamond pickaxe. Like,
Oh
like what the
God.
fuck?
Yeah, don't. There's actually been someone in New York who got sworded.
Get the fuck out of here. But
This happened a while ago, but
all right, you
this
know
is
what?
not relevant.
That's actually not funny. But see what you made us do, EA. Do you see this?
Oh God, you
Fucking
actually blaming
EA.
EA. All right,
Fucking EA,
we'll
man.
go to their competition then. Instead of jumping from EA, we're
Yeah.
gonna jump to Activision, and not just Activision, but Treyarch. Treyarch has just revealed Call of Duty Black Ops 4 with the weird reveal trailer yesterday, March 8th. They didn't show much. They actually just showed like synopsis and clips from the previous three Black Ops games. But someone who is a Call of Duty virgin still, I have to say, because you never played Treyarch. How did you feel about this upcoming launch for Black Ops 4?
Oh yeah, man. I've been debating with you whether I should get a previous Black Ops game, and so I was like kind of confused when I saw this trailer. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then you went and told me like this is just clips from previous games. So the fact that those actually look pretty good, and there's a new one coming out this year, man, I'm definitely getting it for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you ever dabbled into zombies much in World War II, but
Nope.
the reason why there's zombies at all in that game is because Treyarch started the whole zombies campaign into their games when it came to World at War, and from then on, it became such a popular staple in the community that like they decided to just throw zombies in for every game instead of just other mini game modes. And yeah, you give credit to Treyarch there. And back when the games were futuristic, like jetpacks and lightning weapons and all that, Treyarch was the only one to make a good like game with jetpacks. Um, so I'll have to say, from my experience of playing COD and watching people play COD, I give them the stamp of approval for this. Treyarch has become my favorite developer out of the three, and one of my favorite developers in general because of how well they know how to make a game.
Yeah, and as someone who's just seen the trailer, damn, it looks cool. And I just hope they stay on track, with all these management changes.
Yeah, they will. One of the guys who runs the zombies community, like he actually gave the zombie story some relevancy and passed up so many things. His name is Jason Blundell. He's actually been moved up in the company to be a community director, so he's gonna be helping out with a lot of stuff within the games, not just zombies, but with the campaign and the multiplayer. Like he's gonna be involved there because he understands what the gamer wants. He actually is very involved with the community, as in he actually told one YouTuber that if this video gets enough likes, he will present something to the community. It happened, and guess what happened 4 months later?
What happened?
He actually went onto another YouTuber's channel, and he actually presented a a poster, like a poster that's like 4 to 5 feet long in width and in length, and the whole poster was the whole entire zombie storyline, like explained. He actually created an entire poster for the whole
Man,
community to see.
that's the type of person you want in there for
Hell
real.
yeah, he's been on the Zombros podcast for zombies. He actually knows the YouTubers in the community. Like some of them actually said that when they went to COD events and he's there, he'd be like, "Oh hey, Jay Sparks, and hey Johnny J, hey Mr. Dalek, hey Rad Austin 27." Like he know these guys because he actually watched their content in his free time.
Man, you know what? That's great news.
Yeah, I'm jerking him off really hard right now, but he is actually one of my favorite peoples. The day he was revealing the zombie storyline map, he actually went to Auburn University, and he went to one of the YouTubers' dorms, and then he told them, yes, he
Bro.
did that at a dorm.
Bro.
Yes, I am in the dorm
And
right now,
now you know if someone's knocking at your door, you know who it is.
dude. They actually, I'll show you the video afterwards, and I might actually link it in the description. But like, he actually had a GoPro on, like a little camera on, and he was running through the halls, and then he knocked on his door, and he was like, "We need to talk." Like they
Hey,
actually
hey,
staged that.
it's like it's Activision.
Bro, he was actually sweating from it.
Or
Like,
not Treyarch, my bad.
bro, he is incredible, and I know this is like some of you are like saying, yeah, get to the point. My point is, Jason Blundell loves the community. He loves the work he's putting in the game, and he understands the true value of being a gamer. He is really gonna do great things for the whole Call of Duty franchise, at least for the Treyarch aspect.
All right.
Oh yeah, my
You're
point.
you're you're done, right? I'm just
Yeah, I'm
fucking.
done there. I'm done jerking Jason Blundell off. What are you expecting to find out of the new COD game?
Uh, a bunch of awesome shit, and I don't know in specifics exactly, because I haven't played, as I said
I
before.
mean, based on your
Uh,
World War II experience, like, what would you change?
oh, what would I change? Huh? Nerf. All right, better maps. Some of the maps. And then I don't know. Snipers, man. Snipers just pissed me off.
Snipers pissed everybody off since the beginning. I'll agree with you there. Treyarch, we need more than 9 maps. Don't give us any BS map that's only made for a limited time.
Right.
And fix the spawn rates. My God, the spawn rates in Black World War II is terrible.
Oh my! I totally fucking forgot. Oh my!
That's been my biggest complaint.
Holy!
You could technically sit outside of like a, you could sit in the bunker and kill people that spawn, and you're so far away that like the game will think you're not a threat, and then they'll spawn you right in front of that same guy shooting outside the bunker.
Well, I got another one, but this is probably me just being an idiot. When I got a fucking what's it called, a supply drop
Mm-hmm.
in the actual game. I don't know. I forgot the name of it. Sometimes for me, it accidentally like lands on a balcony or like a rooftop.
Wait, so you can't like open it?
Nah, man. I mean, that's me being stupid, of course. But if they can do something about that, that would be great.
Yeah, I think it's stupid. You gotta actually throw out your supply drop. This is in the middle of the game where you're trying to throw a care package.
Yeah, that would be nice. But I mean, that's just
Yeah,
me.
that's
Being
why I don't
stupid
open them
too.
in headquarters. I open them like in the lobby personally.
Oh no, bro! Like in the actual game, what's it called when you?
Oh, you actually throw a
Man.
care package and then land on the roof?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's been part of the game for years. I remember I used to do that Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops
All right,
1.
so that's just me being a dumbass. All
Yeah,
right.
like the whole point of it is that like if you are alive long enough and you're smart with it, you get a reward out of your care package. But if you're being
All
an
right.
idiot, then you're either gonna die or you're gonna lose the care package.
All right. That's just me being an idiot then.
Yeah, yeah. We can finally stop jerking off and on Black Ops, and we can stop hating on EA for a moment. And I think we can actually move over to one of our favorite games. And oh god, I accidentally clicked on Minecraft on my computer.
All right. Now that your hands are free, you want to take over this next topic?
Yeah, hang on, let me close out Minecraft. But Nintendo Switch, another article by Polygon. We should probably stop using Polygon so much. But the article title is "The Nintendo Switch Turned Its Lack of Power into a Strength." And basically, what the article talks about is that like the Switch is
Diversity.
yeah, the Switch is one of the strangest consoles to ever come out, especially in an age of where people think gaming is all about power of the system and how beautiful the game graphics are. And they're talking about how the Switch is doing well because it has a lot of portability. It is actually reaching out to other developers for games, and the uniqueness of the Switch can reach many different audiences.
And whoever thinks otherwise can catch these hands.
Yes. If you're still not a fan of the Switch, I don't blame you. If you're one of those people who just want a conventional game, like to sit down with your controller in your hand, or you're a PC gamer, like you're entitled to your opinion. On some hands, I could agree with y'all, but I have to commend this article for being right. The Switch is doing well because they're hitting all the numbers right that they failed to do with the Wii and the Wii U.
And at the same time, the reason I feel these games are so appealing, you got the Joy-Cons, man. Even though some people that might not like them, it allows for all this like family and all this inclusion in all these games.
Yeah, that's something they've been going for a while. Is the whole family aspect. They've been doing it for a while, and they've been promoting the kids. Personally, I think that's a stupid thing because we kind of just went over a survey of age demographics in gaming. But the fact that you can actually have your one console and automatically have two controllers with you is pretty good. I can speak from personal experience. I had my Xbox since 2014, but I didn't buy my second controller ever until 2017, right before I went off to college. So sometimes things get a little pricey out here. The Joy-Cons, based on what I've been hearing, like from Fire Emblem and other games like that, the Joy-Con, a singular one, is weird to play in co-op, but it's doable.
Well, I mean, yeah, the reason I think they're aiming this towards children is because people, our age and above, and in their 30s, of course, I think we're more geared towards all these, high power shooting games, and that's not something that they can really pull off with the Switch.
I mean, even if they don't want to, like, there's still a lot of us out there, regardless of age, who are still a big fan of Nintendo. Like, I can link you to Digicast podcast. Like these are literally grown men who have like full-time jobs or are in college, and they have a podcast and their channel is directed towards Nintendo. You know me, I'm 19 years old and I'm still repping that Pokemon flag, and I'm still playing my
Yeah.
games on my DS and Wii U and whatever. And some of the guys in our Discord server, they'll even tell you like, "Hey, I still want to buy a Switch. I got whatever." Like, people of all ages still love Nintendo platform. I guess we're just a little offended that like their focus is on kids instead of us, because the reason they worked well with getting to the kids in the past was the kids of the past are the people who are 30 and 40 now. Like, we're still the same diehard fans that gave them their money during the NES days, but they're losing sight of that.
Yeah, I get you there. I agree 100% with that, what you just said. But before that, man, I mean, isn't most of the audience children, or most of the consumers children, and their parents, of course?
I mean, like, based on just, if you're talking about like just the average gamer, then no, because we kind of went over the article, we kind of went over the stats. But for
For most
Nintendo,
Switch games.
for the Switch, actually, most people I know who have a Switch are actually people in college or teenagers. Yeah, I've seen a few
Right, but
kids here
that's
and there with the Switch, but like I can't say like their core audience are just kids.
well, I guess they'd have to figure that out because that would really benefit
I mean,
them.
if they do it,
How about the games?
the games themselves, like the games are definitely geared towards kids, as in E-rated games, no real violence, none of that. The games themselves are made and geared towards kids, but it's not like halting us from buying it because we don't want to. Like Super Mario Odyssey, when you look at that, you could tell it's a game for kids. But I know so many people who played the game and love it, and they don't care what their age is. Like, you put them in a room and you told them who loves Super Mario Odyssey, I guarantee you most people in that room will raise their hand. And then you ask them what their age is. The age will range from 5-year-olds to 37-year-olds.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Well, you've convinced me. Hopefully, they do something about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, their model, whatever, it's gonna work for them. They got money to like just throw at people because of the success of other things. Like, whenever a console is not selling well for them, they'll bring out a game and it'll do numbers for them. I think that's the beauty of the Nintendo product is the Wii U didn't sell well, but when they brought out a game that is and they bring out a game, most people who have that console are going to buy that game. Microsoft can't say the same thing. Like, I know people who have Xboxes, but they don't buy Halo or they never played Halo. I know people who have PlayStation who never played God
Such
of
as
War.
me.
Yeah, see, like you got people like that. But when you buy a Nintendo platform like console, you're buying it for the Nintendo games. So whenever they develop, Splatoon, whenever they develop a Mario game, Hyrule Warriors or anything, you're buying the console just to play those games. So they're not losing out on money when they're pushing out these games on a poor selling console.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to move on to the games for the Nintendo and the Direct?
Yeah, we're finally basically at the tail end of the topics at hand, and there's another article by GameSpot. I didn't send it to you. It's just because I wanted to look at the list of games, and the Nintendo Direct. There was a bunch of stuff that happened. I'm not gonna list all the games out there. It takes forever. But for the 3DS, they're bringing out Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. One of my personal favorites I'm looking forward to. Coming out in 2019. Luigi's Mansion is a 3DS remake coming out in 2018. We got Dark Souls Amiibo coming out. And a network test beta May 25th. Sushi Striker, the weirdest game we've ever seen.
Yeah.
What?
There was a lot of small titles here that
Yeah.
kind of
What was that
perplexed
game
me.
that you were looking into? Was it Travis Strike Again?
I believe so.
Alright, that game's come out 2018. It looks really good as an 80s vibe game. We're gonna, how about we talk about those right now and then we talk about the second half. Does anything stand out to you out here? Because I know you love that sushi game.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen way too many like it.
Yeah, it is.
But
It's
yeah,
a dead genre.
yeah, no, for sure, man. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion definitely looks cool.
Yeah. Luigi.
I have my own that you have not mentioned that I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm breaking it up piece by piece because there's like 40 games on here. I'm looking forward to Luigi's Mansion. I never got to play it on the GameCube, but I do love it when they have references of it in other games like Mario Kart, for example. Mario and Luigi's Bowser Inside Story. Back when I used to have an R4, basically piracy. I don't do it anymore, peoples, and you shouldn't either. I was like 10, but I used to play it on there, and I never got to finish it, but it was a great game. And if it is Travis Strike again, I'm looking forward to it. I think we can move on to the second half of stuff that came out. They mentioned Undertale, one of the best indie games of 2 or 3 years ago. Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, is coming over here. I don't know who they have to jerk off for that, but it's coming off. It's coming out to the Switch. South Park: The Fractured But Whole is coming out April 24th. ARMS is having a U.S. and Canada open invite tournament, so if you want to throw hands with people on there, you could do that there. Hyrule Warriors.
You guys ready? You guys ready to throw some fucking hands?
Hyrule Warriors coming out in the Definitive Edition, and Mario Tennis Aces is coming out. There's 2 more things we're holding out to the very end. Out of that lineup, what are you looking forward to?
Fucking hands, man.
He's trying to throw some hands and arms.
In the comment section down below. Anyways, I'm obviously psyched for ARMS because, I mean, I saw the original when it got super popular, but never played it myself. And then Crash, bro. Crash, they probably had to like jerk Sony off. Crash, I loved as a kid on my GameCube, one of my favorite games. So yeah, I'm definitely psyched for those 2. Yeah. And then some other ones we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah, Undertale. I am a big fan of indie games. I think it's great because it means that people are being employed and it's changing the landscape of gaming. Like, whatever a game that comes out that's popular in the indie market, it changes how people do things. Like Minecraft was the first game to come out with a sandbox genre, and now we're seeing other games in the sandbox genre too, kind of like No Man's Sky and your Super Mario Maker. Undertale, I never played it before. I know it's popular in PC years ago, and I'm looking forward to finally playing it on the Switch. Crash Bandicoot, I played a little bit in the past. Never got to own it myself because I never owned a GameCube or bought it when I had a PlayStation 3. But Crash is going to be something interesting. They had to jerk off like 45 people in one day just to get this game on the Switch.
Worth it.
Would you do that?
I jerk off now.
Wait, can you say that again? You cut out. I think you're cutting out from guzzling on them.
Come on, man. If you saw a game that you really loved as a child, you'd be excited.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'll jerk off somebody for a game, but like,
I mean, like, but it's the whole trilogy. Is it remastered? I'm not sure.
I mean, when it comes, we can't just say like remastered because the Switch only goes up to 720p on the Switch screen itself.
Right,
I think 1080p up there.
The fucking graphics back then were shit.
No, I mean, you never seen the Insane Trilogy on the PS4. It's already remastered.
Oh, so it's gonna look like that?
Basically, more or less. It's probably gonna be downscaled a little bit because the Switch is just as powerful as the 360 and PlayStation 3 days were. But it's gonna look good no matter what. You're not gonna see like 45 pixels on one box.
Yeah, I'm still psyched for it, man. It's such a good game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to South Park: The Fractured But Whole. I wish they put the Stick of Truth on here to kind of give us a prequel. But the Fractured But Whole is a funny game to watch, and I'll probably get that on the Switch one day. I can't say it's gonna be the same year I buy the Switch, but one day I'm gonna get it. ARMS.
And then the big boys after this.
Yeah, ARMS looking interesting. Never played it. I heard good things about it. We mentioned in the podcast weeks ago that no one's really talking about it anymore. Hyrule Warriors getting the Definitive Edition, of course. Mario Tennis Aces. We see Mario go Ultra Instinct in the Nintendo Direct. Oh, God.
Okay, yeah, that was fucking crazy. Not personally a game that I'm hyped for, but like these people, if someone breaks my racket, bro, I'm fucking catching them outside, bro. Like,
I know, bro. This is gonna get people hurt. This is gonna get people doxxed. It's gonna get people DDoS.
It's gonna be it's gonna be like I almost threw hands with a 10-year-old today.
Bro, like there's gonna be fights at an actual tournament if they let you play this at like GameStop. Like it's gonna be on some World Star Hip Hop moments. All right,
this 10-year-old broke my racket.
God damn it! That's worse than people getting arrested for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that's way worse.
Let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this. Splatoon 2. Oh man, Splatoon, one of my favorite franchises already for the Nintendo platform. They're getting a 3.0 version. That means that it's going to be a paid DLC expansion coming out, and it's going to come up with new levels, new weapons, new skins for your character, expansions to the story, and just a lot more new stuff to adding to the Splatoon formula. And they like them going back to the roots of Splatoon 1 as well. And then they ended off with a little teaser. You see your little inkling kid flowing through his own little ink, as bad as that sounds. You see them like they're all having good paintball warfare, and then the screen goes black. And then you turn around and you see a giant ball on fire. That giant ball that was on fire was the Smash Bros. Logo. We are getting smashed on the Switch.
You want to throw some fucking hands?
We're getting smashed on the Switch, people. It's confirmed. It's coming out in 2018. I knew it was gonna happen eventually.
Man, it's awesome.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a port based on the history of things like Pokken Tournament, Mario Kart, Wii U, Splatoon, and Smash were the 4 things that kept the Wii U like relevant, and 3 of those 4 came over to the Switch with their own like deluxe editions, so to speak. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition, Pokken Tournament Deluxe Edition, and then Splatoon came over with Splatoon 1, I believe, and Splatoon 2. It was just a matter of time before Smash Bros. Finally come over to the Switch. So I don't know what your history was with Smash Bros, but what are you thinking when you see this, man?
Awesome, man. I mean, I've heard people say that it might be a new game, but I definitely agree with you. That's bogus. And man, I've played Smash before. It's been a while. It's been a long time. But I'm definitely that's the top 3. That's the first 3 games I'm getting right there. You know, Smash Bros, Crash, and Splatoon, because that's probably better than a game that nobody plays like ARMS.
That's your top 3 right there.
Yeah.
Like in general for the whole year, no matter what platform, that's your top 3.
Oh no, for the Switch.
Oh, for the Switch, mine's gonna probably be Splatoon 2. No, in no particular order, but Splatoon 2, Undertale most likely, and Smash Bros. When I look at this, I'm just thinking like, man, minus all the idiots out there who's confidently saying that it's a new game with little to no proof. When it's a new game or a port, I think this is gonna be basically like playing Smash Bros. On the 3DS and Wii U, and I already got my main in that game. So you guys are getting ready to catch these hands and the tree up your ass. Basically, by your prediction, how big do you think Smash Bros. Will be for the Nintendo Switch? As in, like, do you think it's gonna have longevity, or do you think it's just gonna be like something to get people hyped? Because I got something I want to say about that. I just want to hear your opinion first.
Both. I don't think it's necessarily a game that it's gonna die out anytime soon, but they're gonna come out with a new one probably.
Oh no, about that, Daddy Sakurai, the guy who created Smash Bros. He kind of came out and said that he doesn't want to make a new game. He doesn't feel inspired to make one, and kind of like what we talked about Kojima earlier. I don't think Nintendo will pull off a Konami and continue the series that one of their developers created without their approval. You know, I don't see that happening. Porting it over, yes, I can see it happen, but I don't see them like, forcing out a new game and saying, "Bam, new game." Don't think about him, Sakurai. He doesn't matter. This is our platform.
Oh wow, that's.
I don't see him being like that. They never done that in the past.
Wow, that's kind of disappointing, I'd have to say.
That's why I'm asking. Like, do you think there's gonna be longevity? Because like, while they may just port it over to new consoles and add in new characters, like new characters are fine and dandy and all, but without a brand new game with changing mechanics and whatnot, it's not gonna, in my opinion, keep the drive going the way Smash 4 was. Because Smash 4 is completely different than Brawl, and people will tell you that for better or worse.
I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, but after hearing that, man.
Yeah, I don't mean that to be like a Debbie Downer or like to be pessimistic. I just feel like I had to get that out there because people don't actually know that side of it. I actually had to read an article on it about like how Sakurai is feeling about this Smash franchise.
Well, okay then. Yeah, it looks like it's just to hype up the console.
Yeah, I think it's gonna do sales. Like the Switch already alone, like based on what we got in the past and today before this announcement, they're ready to do some numbers if they already haven't done any. I think the Switch, like I said, I think Smash Bros. Like I said earlier, is gonna be one of those games that like most people who have a Switch are gonna buy, like without a doubt. In terms of longevity, I'm saying this as respectful as I can and based on my personal experience. I'm not trying to say that this is fact or this is how it's gonna play out, but I just don't see the longevity being there for very long. Zero,
I'd have to agree. Yeah, I'd
yeah,
have to agree.
Zero, one of the best players in the world at Smash. It was like a week ago. I mean, like not a week ago, but like a month or two ago, where he said he's actually going to retire from Smash Bros. Until a new one comes out for the Switch. Well, now it's coming out, so he's going to come back in it. But the key thing was he actually felt worn out from playing Smash, and he wanted to take a quick break from it. If one of your best players in the world is feeling that way, it's not a good sign.
Definitely not. Like you want to keep those people, that are in that sort of circle, really excited for it. Otherwise, it's bad news for everybody.
Yeah, I think the community is strong. It's very strong. Don't get me wrong. Like people still play Smash Bros. Melee, a game that's on the GameCube. And if you look at the Twitch library history, like Melee is up there. It's like one of the top 100 games that people still stream to this day. Don't get me wrong. The community is gonna be strong. There's still gonna be people playing it. But for those who have owned the Wii U or 3DS versions, I feel like this really kind of not. I feel like we got desensitized to it because I got friends who played the Wii U version of Smash or got the 3DS. Either they don't pick it up anymore, or they're slowly drifting away from it to join the Injustice 2 or Dragon Ball Fighters community or a little bit of Mortal Kombat. It's because like we've been playing the same game over and over again, and yeah, they gave us new characters over time, but we haven't like had a change in like mechanics and flow. It's like if you play Smash Bros for like a week, you kind of played everything that you'll find out of the game.
Yeah, it really does look like it's on its last leg.
Yeah, don't worry. Like I said, don't get me wrong. The community is gonna be strong. People are gonna buy this game, and for the first month or two, everyone's gonna be playing it. Don't get me wrong. It's just that like for people like me, my love for Smash died out because of kids at our high school. You know the ones I'm talking about when they used to sit in the lunchroom every day after school with their DSs playing Smash Bros, being all super try hard in the corner. I used to play them online after school, and they just ruined it for me. Like all the trash talking, the devaluing of my wins, not showing any real sportsmanship. Like when I saw the toxicity of it, I just couldn't vibe with it.
Yeah, man, people like that can be assholes for real.
Yeah, that goes for any game. Don't get me wrong, especially in the fighting community. Like you're gonna see people rage quit. I am looking forward to see a lot of salt out there when people like throw their controller, break the TVs, and all that. Because trust me, I love salt in my chips.
Yeah, that's why you're gonna find little Timmy on his Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, like I think it's gonna do well. Don't get me wrong, people are gonna play it. People are gonna love it. I don't think that 5 years from now, though, like that's gonna be the main game that's gonna be on the Switch. That's gonna be doing everything. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. People still gonna be talking about Smash on the Switch, but I think that a new hype Mario game, maybe a Splatoon 3, maybe something like that on those lines will come out and take a little bit more of the community. Because at the end of the Wii U cycle, people are talking a lot about Splatoon, a little bit of Pokken for like 3 months, and then a Mario Kart along with Smash. Like those four were the main staple of the Wii U, and even the 3DS days, minus Splatoon and Pokken. But I don't think Smash Bros is one of those titles that's gonna like revitalize everything. It's just gonna make everything better, if that makes sense.
It's gonna help with something that's already doing pretty well, pretty much.
I feel like it's one of those games that like if Nintendo brings it out, they're gonna make
It's
money.
added bonus.
They're gonna make money no matter what. Don't get me wrong. They're gonna have like 4 or 5 million sales of that game. I don't know what the Switch sales are right now, but they're gonna 90% of Switch owners are gonna have that game, and that's a good thing. Most companies can't say that about their exclusive games. I'm just saying that like
the fact that they're undervalued, that's kind of weird.
like the sales of it is gonna do fine for the Switch. My argument is that like in terms of longevity, like we should all be prepared to see what's gonna happen. Like I've seen people play Smash Bros addictively for months on end, and then they let it die out. Back when we used to play Mortal Kombat together, me and you, and then after about a few months of it, we stopped playing it as much, and we're moving over to Fighters. The thing is about Fighters is that it's such a good game and unique that we never really had that. It's keeping us around longer than we expected. And I think the whole three-person dynamic, games like that, it's not the only one. Like Marvel vs. Capcom, the reason their communities are doing well is because you can mix and match things in ways that's not typical fighter game.
Yeah, that's true. Well, pretty much it's been a good run, you know. Your community is definitely going to be here for you, but if there's not going to be a new game that's coming out, you know, don't expect this thing to last forever.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's a promising future. That's why I said I don't want to sound disrespectful or be pessimistic. Like the whole fact they showed the Inkling kids at the with the reveal trailer proves that it's gonna have at least an expansion to it. We might see them in there. We might see the characters from ARMS in there. We might see more Pokemon in there. Hell, like maybe even a few Kirby characters in there because they pushing out Kirby Star Allies a lot on the Switch. Like there's a lot of stuff that's potentially new out here for the Smash Bros. Or Switch title. I just hope that people are prepared for the worst case scenario and no one takes us by surprise.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to expect this one.
Yeah,
And yeah, are we out of topics?
we're out of topics. I think that's actually a good time to stop here. Unless you got something you want to say.
Oh no, man. Maybe another additional thing for everybody in the comments. Which out of all the Nintendo Direct games, which ones are you most excited about?
I think we already know the answer to that.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's another one that we don't expect.
And guess one last thing is that I'm glad they revealed Smash here because if they didn't, I already see all the salty fanboys from the Pokemon community wilding on Twitter. Like last year during the Pokemon Direct when USUM came out, I think I talked about this in the podcast previously. The Wii U was trending number 3 worldwide on Twitter somehow because they were mad at the Pokemon Direct. Imagine what they'll do if they heard no good games from this Direct.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so they saved themselves along with all of our sanity on Twitter.
That's not good.
Yeah, I guess that's it, everybody. I want to thank you all for watching. If you're new here, be sure to leave a like down below in the subscription. And if you also want to be a part of the podcast, then comment down below and join our Discord. The link is down below. That way we can hook up with you guys and work things out for schedule plan. And I want to thank you, Big A, for coming out here.
Catch these hands.
Yeah, guys. If you haven't cringed enough, if you haven't facepalmed enough, and you haven't put enough salt in the comment section yet, be ready to catch these hands in the future. If the dislike bar repeatedly rises because of what I said 10 minutes ago, I'm sorry I offended everybody. I hope that you understand that this is my take of it, not definitive. And if you guys want to be mad about it, just catch these hands and then smash on the Switch. You got anything you want to say, Big A?
Nope.
Alright, I guess we're out of here. Your boy Villager right here, he about to get out of here. The gate's full of open, and I guess I gotta go close them. So,
Okay.
bye. Oh yeah, I forgot. Free games coming out. You know what? Screw it. We don't need to talk about free games. We just have Nintendo Direct to save your money, everybody, for the end of the year. Bye.
Okay.